Hey all, welcome to the Mega Man 5 playthrough. Time for more classic Mega Man. I'm Harry of Flame.
I'm Joe.
I'm Stephen.
And this game we've got a little bit more plot going on. Although God knows if you can work out what's happening just from explosions everywhere. But this is the same deal. Robots have gone ballistic, but for some reason Proto Man's doing it.
So your plan is Proto Man?
No, Proto Man's gone evil.
Oh, okay.
This doesn't make sense, does it? I think we all know where it's going, but...
I just love how Proto Man kidnapped Light just then. Just like, yoink.
like, free doctor? Yeah, cool. Yeah. Well, sadly, we're in the US, we don't get free healthcare, so we might as well just take the doctor.
When did 6 come out?
What's that, sir?
When did 6 come out?
I don't know exactly, I think it was like the year after this. I can't remember when this came out because I wasn't paying attention. Stone Man!
So many jokes to be made.
Come on, this is like one of the less phallic names that they've had. This is the same series that had Woodman and Hardman.
I know, but still.
Anyway, Stone Man's level is a thing. These metals are actually kind of annoying because what they do is they break into 3 mini ones, and like it's fine here because we know all the metals in this level are like that, but later on in like the later stages from the actual bad guy they put them in later on through the level, and like by which time you've forgotten.
When I think of Mega Man, all I think is Ladders, the game.
There is a lot of climbing ladders.
Those things on the ceiling, I was expecting them to drop like bombs or something, but then...
Bats.
Yes, they don't even look like bats. What are they?
I'm not sure. There's actually a few enemies like this where I'm not sure what they're based on. Like these are just like them but recoloured, but there's some later on that are like little pod things. And what's that meant to be?
I'm just thinking it's going to open up and it's going to drop a bomb there.
That would make sense, but no, it's going to slowly fly around chasing you.
Or it could drop spike balls there so that you can't get past.
Yeah, like that's it. The main bad guy of this game may or may not be Proto Man. Obviously knows Mega Man's weak to spikes, so why doesn't he just put spikes on anything? By the way, how long do I have to keep it stacked up, or do you know the obvious twist?
Yeah, obvious is obvious.
Yeah, fuck it, it's Wily. But, yeah, them rat enemies come up a few times, and they're quite annoying in that they're just too low to heal with a normal buster, you have to charge it up. And the Mega Buster has actually had a bit of an upgrade with this, so like the charge is more powerful, and I think it has a bit more like width than it used to. Yeah. The noise is just as annoying. Suddenly, Metroid. What is their design philosophy for enemies in this level? Because they seem like all over the place. No, again, like what are these things meant to be? Yeah, I'm gonna go into this kind of saying Mega Man 5 up to this point is like my least favourite classic Mega Man game. Just because it brings nothing new to the series, really. Yeah.
I'm going to assume that the philosophy of this game is throw stuff at it until it fits.
In the second one, didn't they introduce the sliding aspect?
That was 3. Yeah, nah, the slide's still there from 3, but yeah. What was going with this game is it's not so much just throwing stuff at it. It's more that it doesn't bring anything new, and it's not quite as memorable as like the enemies and levels were from previous games.
Is the box art as spectacular as the previous Mega Man games?
I don't even know what the box art looks like for this. Yeah, I think it is more bad box art Mega Man. Because like once you got this far, and you kind of have to keep that up, don't you? You can't have good art. And I remember this section. Now you see that E-tank up there? I want that.
I see where this is going.
Yeah.
It's going to be here a long time, aren't we?
What tipped you off about that?
I have a sixth sense for this crap.
What, you can tell when I'm about to fuck something up?
Yes. And again, everybody can, so...
It'd be probably more like easier if you just kind of try to time when I don't fuck something up at this point, you know? Yeah. Now, I've got to redo that thing again just to respawn the one platform that didn't come back, you know? But it's something, I don't know, how do you feel about elements like that, you know, when you rely on old tech as a gameplay style? Because obviously things disappear and then respawning, that's not realistic in any way, is it?
I don't think they really do it much now, do they?
Well, Mega Man does, but like, that's... I'm kind of going at it really, because like that's not a realistic kind of situation, but they use it as a gameplay format.
I've just kind of figured out that Mega Man's never going to be able to kill Wily then, because it's like he's killed him, he'll go off screen, and then Wily's going to be back.
Yeah, it's just like everyone ever just respawns.
He just has to keep making sure he's within his line of sight.
Yeah. How annoying must that be though? Like you've had to kill someone, like say it's like a legal death penalty or something, you have to then sit in the room with that body.
Oh god.
Like years afterwards. Anyway, what do you think of this guy's design?
He turns into rubble.
Yeah. Or it's more him burying himself slightly underground. But
Probably burying himself in the shame.
Joe, what do you reckon of his
Pretty bland, to be honest.
He's just a typical stone robot, isn't he? But what you have to do here that I didn't clock on to until the second run, which we're about to see, is that when you're timing your jumps, not only timing your shots, I mean, not only do you want to do it while he's off the ground, like in the air for the most part, you also want to stay fairly close to him, because then he doesn't use that spinning stone attack. And that attack's the only thing that could kind of catch you off guard. He's a very easy robot master otherwise. And he goes. But this is something else with this game that, like, these battles, this is nothing really that special, is it? Like, it's just a dude jumping around. And a lot of the bosses are, like, not anything of interest. And that's Mega Man 5 in a nutshell. It's like, I don't think anyone would say Mega Man 5 is their favourite Mega Man game, you know?
You'd think that with a character that's made of bricks, he'd be able to like alter the terrain or something, like pillars coming out of the ground trying to catch you off guard and that.
He'd be a pillar man.
I guess.
I would be up for that actually. It would make this game more interesting at least.
What do you think of Mega Man in general?
It's okay.
How much
Not
Mega
something
Man?
I'd go out my way to play.
Yeah.
But when I make you play Mega Man,
What makes you like Mega Man so much now?
I just think that overall, this game excluding, is like a really interesting platformer series. It's like, it might be a bit bare bones at times, particularly classic. Like X improves a lot on that, but it's just, it's a solid shooter platformer. You know.
Like I said with Steve, like what Steve said, I wouldn't go out my way to play it. It's just, if I had to pick it apart a little bit, I'd say some of the levels look a bit samey, if you know what I mean, and like the designs. And not only that, it's a game where you require some patience, and like I think like going up and down ladders, like them sort of like cliches in the level, it's a bit tedious, like the aspects of it.
I think what you're saying like about it being, you know, levels being a bit samey and that's more prominent as the series goes on. Because like these levels, or say even like the Mega Man 4 levels, I know you lot as
this looks a little bit unique, like a moving train. Yeah,
but like, you lot as people who don't play Mega Man that much, I wouldn't expect you to remember, say, what Bright Man stage looks like from Mega Man 4, but you'd probably know what, say, Bubble Man stage looks like from 2, wouldn't you?
I'm trying to remember.
I'm just picturing bubbles everywhere.
Oh, right. But bad example. But you know, the earlier games have more distinct levels, whereas these they kind of don't really vary up a bit. It's like compared to 2, where you got like Crash Man's level, the one you climb up ladders into space. You got Bubble Man's one, which is the water level with the eye raping background.
I'm not quite sure why they've got a farm on this train.
I'm not sure. This is Charge Man stage. The Robot Master himself is like an No, it's an anthropomorphic train. I shit you not. But like, what is like? We've got rats, chickens, bats. Like, what have these got to do with trains?
Transporting like animals.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, like transporting livestock. You might have sussed this out. Anyway, Rush Core has been gimped a little bit. What was that? But yeah, them.
So his rush coil's been placed in a certain different place.
Springy dick. That's all I get from that.
Well,
I'm trying to make this game interesting, goddammit.
I don't think it's working.
that's clearly what the makers were trying to do.
They failed. They failed big time. Anyway, Metals riding trains. This is the thing, them Metals, they're like in, I think, every single Mega Man iteration. They're like the most long-standing enemies from anything ever, and you think they're in this classic series, they're in the X-Zero and the X series, like they're around for, I think, over 400 years at that point.
It's not broken, don't fix it.
That's a design philosophy for this game, isn't it? It doesn't matter that these robot masters aren't that interesting. Let's just pump them out anyway, as long as we've built 8 robots. 6 is actually a little bit more interesting, because what they did is they started theming the robots, so like they had a robot from different countries, like they were a little bit stereotyping and that, but still there's like a distinct robot from Canada, there's a distinct robot from Japan. The Canadian one, I forget what it is, but it's a nice one, so you know. Yeah. And the Japanese one, I think it's Proto Man. But yeah. Anyway, this guy is weak to Stone Man's weapon, which is why I went Stone Man before him. Stone Man's weapon is useful in some situations, not exactly this boss, because it's kind of hard to aim. It sort of fires these stones around in a spiral around you, so trying to aim this is not going to end too friendly.
I'm just thinking of Charge Man as a fire type, and then you're using a rock move.
No, that's not how weaknesses work. Remember, train is weak to stone. It's still not as backwards as Mega Man 1, where you got the fire robot is weak to the ice robot. I still don't get that at all.
Your point is...
Capcom don't understand how things work. Like making Mega Man games, for example. Cough cough, Capcom hates Mega Man, if I haven't said that enough.
Charge kick.
Charge kick is a good weapon against the robot that's weak to it, Wave Man, but outside of that I never use it. So what it is that you have to use a slide attack into the enemy, and so you know if it goes wrong you're going to end up hurting yourself, and that's not really a good way to end up.
So you're going to be fighting Poseidon's robot double.
Sure, why not? I'll give this level some credit. Once we get out of this boring base place, there's actually a little gimmick that is quite interesting to play as, although it can dick you over a little bit. Also, yeah, pipes. We've never seen that in a platform before, have we?
Are you trying to point something out?
There's got to be another DuckTales.
Let's not give up this then. But yeah, them sections there, fuck them. Like seriously, fuck them. Because what they do is you can't really gauge them that well. They just go up just before you hit them. So like, if you're trying to go through somewhere while avoiding something else, they then hit you. But yeah, this section they brought this back in Mega Man 9 with Splash on stage. Like it's interesting enough gimmick having to time the bubbles, but you know, it's kind of I suck at timing. How are you lot at timing puzzles in games actually? Because it's like one of my biggest weaknesses trying to time things right, mainly because I'm a bit impatient with games. I just want to go. So like if I'm having to take me time, it kind of I'm not very good at timekeeping.
I'm curious as to what those bubbles are made of.
Super helium. Right. Anyway, are we ready to go on a surfing bike thing? This is what I mean, though them waves at the bottom, they hurt my eyesight, right?
Would have been interesting if it was Jet that transformed.
Are you trying to reference something? Or?
Nah, although it would be a jet ski.
Oh, right. Yeah. No, this isn't Mega Man. This is Mega Man transformed.
Yeah, when you said about Jet, like the sound about the Jet, it sort of reminded me of the ending to X2, like X-Men 2. So when they go to that place, like it's like all icy, and they go past under like the water, and then Jean Grey, presumably dies.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't watched that. I don't know.
He ain't gonna know.
I'm uncultured as all
Like
hell.
me and Steve.
He ain't gonna give two fucks about it.
No, so the thing is, I hear Jet and I just think of the wing
Jet Set
song.
Radio.
No, I just think of the wing song. But like, it actually
So
reminds me.
take these broken wings.
Not that. No, but I remember back when Rock Band 3 was like a thing, like a really popular thing, and well, it might have been 2 actually, but there's this thing that a few people, myself included, kind of clicked onto, going into overdrive with the like all together on one moment in a song, and we called it Jet ODing just because of that one section in Jet by Paul McCartney and Wings, where it's like the Jet, and you know everyone would use their overdrive together, and like that is just something I associate with the word Jet now, just because of how much I played that game. Do we reckon this boss will be interesting by any chance?
No.
He's got a trident. It's like a splash one, but still. Yeah, I knew I wasn't going to get there. This is a technique I use a lot in Mega Man, where if I'm kind of half health or lower, I'll just let myself get killed, just so I can go in with full health next time and use the weakness.
So when Wily made these guys, he thought, what's the best thing I can do to fight Mega Man? I know, water gun and harpoons.
Sure. But Wily is not the smartest guy, is he?
Well, evidently.
I mean, how did this guy get his doctorate? I mean, seriously, do they just hand these out to anyone now?
Probably.
Oh, God. I mean, Light's not exactly the smartest one himself, but still, at least he built Mega Man. He's like, Mega Man can adapt and take weapons and shit. Whereas Wily, like, he's got these oddly specific robots, and he hasn't clocked on to Mega Man's spike weakness. That's kind of the biggest one that points out to me, because like, although that video is just joking around, if Wily wants to win, spike ball man. That's all it takes. There's a Starman. I had to go there.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did. I like Bowie. But yeah, this level is probably one of the more interesting ones in my opinion. Because like, although the space physics they're using are just water physics. Because, you know, space, sea, same thing.
Could be doing like gravity and some shit.
Yeah. But this, what I will give this a lot of credit for, I really like the music piece. And it's actually the only memorable song on the soundtrack in my eyes, but well, it's not really the sort of thing I'd go out of my way to listen to outside of the game. It's got this like little breakdown in it, which we had just a couple of seconds ago. And that's just so fitting for a space level. It's kind of that kind of tone you want for space, where it's like not aggressive anyway. It's just kind of a mysterious sound to it. Bouncy things.
I'm not really interested in space though, to be honest. It's more to do with what's on Earth that's more interesting.
I get what you mean. Like, to me, space levels, they have to be done right. And I know Ted kind of brought it up in the Mario Kart tournament. It's like space in itself isn't interesting. It's the stuff in space, like the planets you go to, or like the different environments. So, like, space, it's kind of an overused gimmick, I think, at this point.
Where is Light, Wily getting all of the money for these things?
Kickstarter.
I'll make potato salad.
I love that. That shit me up so much. Like, you got to admit, like, that guy, I forget how much he's made, but he's made an absolute shitload on that potato salad Kickstarter. But like, you got to give him credit for thinking that in the first place.
Think of how much he can make now.
To be honest, I think Starman's theme, like the boss theme, should be All Star by Smash Mouth.
I think it should be the theme used for the Superstar in Mario.
Well, I'm invincible.
And then Mega Man kills him.
Yeah. He's actually a really easy boss, so
I think
yeah.
this game needs more Shrek.
Well, that's a criticism you can give to anything that doesn't have Shrek in it.
Yeah, but Shrek is the best thing, so.
Well,
Everything needs Shrek.
Yeah, everything needs Shrek. It's one of the things that you could ship Shrek with any character and it'd just be such a beautiful romance. Shrek
I
is
saw you ask
everything.
if what couple would you like to see together? You put Shrek and Obama.
Yeah.
So who's the male in that relationship?
Well,
Shrek. And then Obama's the woman.
actually, guys, if you're listening, anyone watching, anyone who's got like video editing skills or whatever, and they make these anime music videos and whatever, can we have like a video for my OTP, Shrek and Obama? I want the song to be Blurred Lines by Robin Thicke. But yeah, this guy, what they're doing, his weakness is Waveman's weapon, but Waveman's weapon only runs along the floor and he jumps a lot. So you kind of got to time it right. And actually, in one of the FAQs I was looking at, they actually suggested just using the Buster, and they said it was more accurate. Although I can kind of see what they mean because you can jump with a Buster. With Waveman's weapon, it just does so much damage when you hit him and it bypasses his shield. So that's why I kind of decided to take a bit longer and use...
Super Arrow.
Yeah, the Super Arrow, it's useful in all of two situations. Unfortunately, it's not a green arrow.
I knew he was going to reference that.